It's not about politics. It's about football.
This is a simple game.
We're going to run the ball, and we're going to pass the ball. He's just going to play football, really.
How good of a football player are you?
I just get in and try to spin it. That's all.
I just love the game.
It really is the best time of the year.
What is up, good people? Welcome back to It's Just Football. I'm Trevor Sikkema. That is Mike Renner. Jam-packed show for you today. Appreciate everybody tuning in. We got a lot of fun segments, Mike. We're talking high road, low road, some risers, some fallers early on in this football season. But I think what everybody's looking forward to most in this episode, trivia is back, baby. Are you smarter than a PFF grader? The set versus the chat. If you were here last week, it was an absolute blast. It came down to the wire, the very last question. Your boys pulled it out. Despite some accusations from the chat, saying that we might have had a little extra help, we did not. We passed the lie detector test. We passed the NFL company investigation. And we got the dub, but you guys got the chance to take the crown from us. It's going to be a jam-packed show and a fun one today. Mike, how are we feeling?
Great. I mean, there's always going to be those haters, right, that don't believe in you, that are going to talk down on you
when
you're
we're doing
successful. And I'm going to dedicate this win today to the haters.
Okay. Oh, wow. You're already saying that we're already getting the win.
Yeah. I'm not worried.
Quinn, how are we feeling in the production suite today? We got a full house in the production suite. We got Quinn, we got Sav, we got Stone, we got Eli in there. No question of the day, right? Because I feel like we got like a million question of the days coming up.
Yeah, well, no like official question of the day. We're going to keep it kind of casual because obviously you said we got a lot at the back end. We're going to save up for that. But we are going to tease the Russell Wilson Subway sandwich thing here in a second.
Okay.
So I think that kind of begs the question, what do you guys think of Subway? Because that's kind of a – like there's a lot of people out there that are like, oh, you eat Subway, you fucking trash bag. I like Subway personally.
Wait, Saab, you just did the bring it to me. You're a big Subway guy. Is he?
Yeah, I've eaten way worse.
That doesn't make Subway. That's not like, you know. That's not a ringing endorsement for Subway by any means. It's funny that you asked that because I did over the summer. Walking by Subway to my friend, I vowed there on the spot to never go to Subway again. I don't have anything against Subway.
It sounds like you do. What do you mean?
I should set my sights higher than Subway.
Well, it sounds like that you do then have something against Subway.
No. It's just I vowed to never go there again because I need to have some respect for myself as opposed to the lack of respect that I've given myself in the first 32 years on the planet.
I made it through college on Subway. All right,
I've been a lot. That's why I vowed not to go anymore. But continue.
So you're saying that You're at a different place in your life now. You've evolved from Subway.
Exactly.
I think the question should be, this is to you, chat, is anybody too good for Subway? Are you guys too good for Subway?
Yes,
have you given up on it?
There are people out there that act like they are.
But
I'm not one of them.
Okay,
but
so
there
you're
are a
not
lot
one
of
of
people
them.
like that.
You're
I
not
feel
one
like
of
when the whole like yoga mat meat thing came out is kind of like when that came up, which like
yoga mat meat thing.
Yeah, you never heard that?
No. What is it?
I can't. You guys have never heard this? It came out like this is a few years ago now that like there's some ingredient that they use in yoga mats, which is also in Subway's meat, and so people are like, oh, they use it's yoga mat meat. I don't think it is. I mean, if it is, it's fine.
Okay, now
the only controversy I knew about Subway had to do with Jared.
Okay, yeah, but
which actually we had a trivia. I probably shouldn't tell that story, but we had a trivia name one time that revolved around Jared's. I can't say it. I really can't say it.
That's actually
I don't know why I brought it up.
You are literally doing what Russell Wilson was doing in his commercial about Subway. The whole reason why we're talking about Subway is because I guess that he's got a new Subway sub. And we're going to play the clip because Russell Wilson is just a social lightning rod anytime it seems like that he's gotten on camera over the last year. So this is why we're talking about Subway. Y'all take a look.
Hey, you want to split this Subway sandwich? It is my signature sandwich. It's called the Danger Witch.
He does this like the
and
whole
it's
time.
Dangerously good. Be careful though. It's spicy.
You ever done anything dangerous?
I can't watch.
Jeez. That is dangerous. I've done something like that too. I won't tell anybody. Listen, one time, never mind. That's too dangerous. Anyways, My Danger Witch, it's only in the vault.
The Danger Witch.
That's our little secret.
Okay, so I looked it up. Mike, do you want to hear? You want to hear what the sandwich actually
Yes.
is? Okay, here's the full ingredients to the Russell Wilson Danger Witch sandwich. All right, pepperoni, salami, black forest ham, provolone cheese, bacon, a lot of meat on there, on Italian herbs and cheese bread, topped with lettuce, green peppers, tomatoes, banana peppers, and finished with yellow mustard and mayo.
I mean, that sounds good, right?
You guys are too good for that sandwich.
No, I never said this.
I said I just vowed to never go there.
This.
It's basically an Italian sub minus Italian dressing, add bacon.
Yeah.
Which is good.
Sounds great.
That sounds awesome.
I mean, the sandwich is probably fine. I'm not debating that. It's Russell Wilson's delivery that makes me never want to try that sandwich ever. I just can't help himself, man. Like, he just gives you that uneasy feeling that something's off. You know? It's difficult to describe, but you know it when you see it.
I don't know. I felt like he was enjoying that sandwich.
You know it when you see it.
I did think that what was funny is, I think I caught it while watching it that time, is there is a clip where he takes a bite and then the camera cuts and then that bite of the sandwich is back on the sandwich.
Oh, really?
Because like it's a different take, like you said it, and they used a different take. I think I caught that in there. But you know what, before we move on, I didn't really find that sandwich spicy. Like, he's like, oh, you got like the Danger Witch sandwich is like kind of spicy. What's spicy in there? Banana peppers? They don't even have jalapenos in there.
Banana peppers are solid. They give a kick. I'm a big fan of banana peppers, especially on pizza. Banana peppers. I know we're giving food takes now, not having given an It's Just Football take yet, but banana peppers on pizza are grade A. That's a top tier 1 ingredient.
What's the PFF grade on banana peppers and pizza? Is it elite? Is it elite or is it high 80s? Mid 90s.
93.
What is it, like the Trent Williams of pizza toppings?
It's a great pizza topping.
Wow, I do like it though. Last one before we move on. Pineapples on pizza.
Yeah, that to me is like an average till slightly above average, high 70s.
I like it.
Yeah, like 78.
I think it's good.
It's a good.
I think it's good.
A banana pepper and pineapple with like pepperoni would be a nice combo. A little sweet,
it's true.
spicy.
It's true. It's
Can't
all
say
right
I've
there.
actually tried that because I'm usually like a minimal toppings guy, but that would be solid.
If we keep going, this is going to get on the Food Network YouTube channel, so we got to move on. Next, refresh the timeline that we have. We got a big matchup this week. Mm-hmm. It's here in our great city of Cincinnati. It's the Miami Dolphins traveling to Cincinnati to face the Bengals. Big matchup for both teams. Could be a major statement game for Miami, who is still undefeated. And, of course, it's a game that the Bengals would love to get back in the win column with. But there's a particular matchup that I didn't think I was looking forward to going into it, but now I am because of what's happened on social media. Tyreek Hill versus cornerback Eli Apple. You got to listen to what Tyreek Hill said when beat reporters were asking him about this matchup earlier this week.
Oh, we play on Primetime that week? I didn't even know that.
Amazon Prime.
Oh, we play on Amazon Prime?
Thursday.
Oh, that's going to be lit right there. I didn't even know that for real. So, but, yeah, we're looking forward to who we play?
Bengals.
We're looking forward to the challenge. It's going to be fun, you know. And I can't wait to go against Eli Apple, man. I owe you, boy. I owe you. I'm here. The cheetah is here. That's it.
Intel.
Okay, first of all, he didn't even know when they were playing.
He really takes the one game at a time, like the coaching point too hard. He could have given a damn about what was next on their schedule. Which, hey, 1 week at a time.
Okay, what about the Eli Apple call out? I owe you.
Yeah, he does. I mean, AFC Championship game, he kind of, I would say shut him down, but he had the tackle, I believe, on that play before the half.
Yep.
And second half, they didn't do shit. So he does owe him. And truthfully, I think he's going to pay him back in a big, big way, because if Eli Apple's guarding Tyreek Hill, I think they're going to be looking that way and trying to truthfully exploit that matchup. I think Mike McDaniel is definitely going to be scheming in his bag to go right at Eli Apple, because I don't see him hanging with either.
No. And Tyreek Hill, he didn't do much in that first half, but I'm looking at the stats now from that game. Eli Apple gave up 6 receptions, 54 yards, a touchdown in that one. Obviously, the big play was the tackle that he made on Hill, which he thought that the Chiefs were about to go in and score and almost put the game away. And so it was a big stop. I'm not saying it wasn't, but a big reason why it escalated isn't just because of what happened on the field. Afterwards, Eli Apple tweeted out that Tyreek Hill is a baby, I think. And he said, hit me up, Tyreek Hill and me, Cole Hardman. I'll get you guys Super Bowl tickets. Kind of obviously making fun of them, saying the Bengals are going to the Super Bowl and they're not. And then he called Tyreek Hill a baby, and then Tyreek Hill was basically like, I'm not going back and forth with you on Twitter. Like, if you want to say something to me, say something in private. But That's where it really comes from, is the shit talking that happened after the game on social media.
That was Eli Apple's Super Bowl. That was the wildest,
clearly,
sort of Twitter rant after, job wasn't finished. He was not taking it week to week at that point. He was already, he already won. That was for him. That was it. So maybe that, I don't think that factored in too much in the Super Bowl, but Eli Apple definitely didn't bring his A game there either.
Yeah, he did. We got low grades in the chat for pineapple on pizza. Pineapple on pizza 79.9. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, that's a solid.
It's better than that. Get out of here. Bonker said banana peppers are perfect on pizza. PFF grade 82. I feel like we got to bump that number up.
82. Perfect. That's like a Matt Ryan-esque grade.
Not this year's Matt Ryan.
Yeah, not this year. That's like a career Matt
maybe
Ryan.
Like Atlanta Matt Ryan. Pineapple is nice on pizza, not a regular though. I would agree with that. I think you got to switch it up with that. Anyways, no, we're devolving back into food. Let's get to football. The show's called It's Just Football. We got a segment that we're talking about today before we get to trivia called High Road and Low Road, where Mike and I are going to talk about a player that we're either taking the high road on, who's playing fantastic so far this season, or the low road, a player that we're not exactly thrilled about how they're starting, and we're a little bit worried moving forward. Mike, I know there's an offensive lineman that you like with your first topic here. Who is it?
Yes, I want to give a shout out to another Dolphin. Dolphins 3-0, talk the town, but it has not been focused on this offensive line that's been much improved from last season when it was one of the worst. Bottom 3 offensive line in the NFL. Robert Hunt, right guard. And now he's been a starter there for a couple of years, kind of ever since he got there. But this year 3, really taking it to another level. Only 2 pressures allowed on 114 pass blocking snaps so far. 83.4 overall grade. He's tied for the first among all guards in the NFL through 3 weeks. This is a necessary sort of advancement that the Dolphins needed. Like they don't do this offensively, what they've been doing, without the massive improvements along the offensive line that have gone generally overlooked because of Tua's improvement, because of Tyreek Hill, because of the other names there in that offense. But got to give a shout out to Robert Hunt, former top 50 pick, I believe 39th overall back in 2020. And he took his lumps early on, coming out of Louisiana year after year, that improvement, seeing that to now being a stalwart at right guard. They have pieces now along the offensive line that are coming around along with Teron Armstead left tackle to where, hey, they can put up points on anyone with this line.
Well, that was the big question mark going into the year, right? They've got the skill position guys. If Tua takes the next step, okay, great. People weren't too concerned with the running back room, but we talked yesterday about a lot of individual stars in the defensive side of the football for them that are really showing out. But that offensive line, that felt like the area of the game where if the Dolphins were going to miss the playoffs with this kind of group, that would be the reason why. So you shouting out Hunt there, that's a really great sign. I love that for Miami. My first guy, I'm going back to Buffalo. I've talked about the Buffalo defensive line a couple of times already this year. Greg Rousseau, man. Greg Rousseau has been absolutely fantastic for the Bills this year. And he was a fun guy to evaluate because really young player, used in so many different ways along the Miami Hurricanes defensive line. They'd use him at 5, they'd use him at 3. Heck, they'd even use him at nose a couple of times just because of how unique of a build he was. But he never really got to master one position because of it. So there's a lot of projection both with his age and with him playing so many different positions with Miami. He's really settling in to that edge player role in Buffalo, and he's playing so well this year. 89.9 overall grade, 90.1 pass rush grade, 3.5 sacks, 9 pressures, 30% pass rush win rate, Mike. That's crazy. I went back and I watched all of his pressures that we've recorded at PFF for Rousseau so far this year, and I'll tell you, that unique build, that long arm, he's mastering it, man. He's really hitting offensive linemen at the point of attack, getting him to move back a little bit, and then he sticks that arm out and just gets him completely off balance. He is really starting to hone in on the physical strengths that he has, and I know that was a big thing that I had in my scouting report of Rousseau. I'm curious what you thought of him pre-draft and then how he's been able to use his physical gifts here in the NFL.
It was just worrisome. So after his sophomore, I guess it was redshirt freshman season, he was edge 1 in the PFF draft board. And then he doesn't play, obviously, as a redshirt, opts out. Doesn't play in 2020, the COVID season, tests poorly at his pro day, and it's like, well, what's he been doing all fall? If he comes back and tests the way he did pre-draft, the talent still on the field wins out.
Yeah.
What he showed on the football field won out. And pretty much all the opt-out, not all the opt-out guys, but the track record of opt-out guys from that 2020 class is very strong. Guys like Javon Holland, guys like Jamar Chase, guys like Micah Parsons, guys like Gregory Rousseau.
Rashawn Slater.
Rashawn Slater, like, do you even need to play football? It's kind of like the question we should be asking here.
Hold on. I still like college football. Don't put this out in the universe. I still like watching college football.
But there's not a lot of the guys who took that year off that have shown any ill effects from it. So, yeah, hats off Gregory Rousseau. It's unfortunate that we didn't get to see that year, and that's kind of, I think, why he falls in the draft, why Holland fell in the draft, is just not knowing. But it turns out, being good at a young age, you don't get worse. You weren't going to be worse on a football field. So, yeah, Gregory Rousseau, he's been balling.
And Buffalo is using him in a variety of different ways. Like, there are a handful of pressures that he's gotten coming from an interior defensive line spot. They'll line him up against left or right guards. It doesn't really matter. He's playing both sides of the line of scrimmage. And, again, it's that length that I think is giving those guys so many issues. But before, it was almost like, okay, yeah, he had the length, but he wasn't utilizing his strength the way that he needed to. He was still getting bullied a little bit once he got into the contact window with offensive linemen. Now he's really able to dictate a lot of what he's doing. So really great start to the season for Rousseau. Hopefully it gets to keep up because he's a lot of fun to watch. Who's the next high road, low road player? You going high or low with this next one?
Going low road, and I, hand up, am officially worried about Justin Fields. Bears quarterback. What he's done through 3 games, or shall we say not done, is scary. 38.0 passing grade. That's the lowest among quarterbacks in the NFL. I'm just trying to think back to a quarterback that's had a stretch this bad at any point in their career. 0 big-time throws, 6 turnover worthy plays. Literally not even dropping back to pass. And then when he does drop back to pass, not willing to pull the trigger. Almost a third of his dropbacks don't even result in a pass attempt. And then when he does pass, he doesn't pass well, as you see there. 6 turnover worthy plays. That's a scary, 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 scary stat line through 3 weeks. I know they're 2-1. I know they're winning games. And like, his legs are still there, and that's obviously a big factor in his evaluation and what he brings to the table at the quarterback position. But just as a passer, I'm not sure I've seen a stretch this bad of a guy play this bad football for 3 straight games and then turn into good. Turn into Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Even like the Josh Allens of the world, the guys who we said were like bad, but then turned into being good quarterbacks, Jalen Hurts, whatnot. It was never this bad.
Yeah.
And so I am officially worried taking the low road on Justin Fields. They were high on him coming out, 3rd overall player on the board. Thought he was extremely talented. Now he's kind of gotten jostled around there from a development perspective with the new staff, with not a lot of talent around him. But at some point you got to overcome it in a meaningful way, and he hasn't.
Yeah, and at some point there's got to be flashes of confidence, right? I mean, like, look at what we had with Trevor Lawrence last year. Awful situation. Awful coach, awful coaching staff, bad roster around you, not anybody to really go to. But there were still times when Trevor Lawrence would drop back to pass, set up perfectly, and just deliver a beautiful pass to a wide receiver. And you go, all right, that's one play. It's not really going to mean that the Jaguars are going to win many football games, but you would still see those. I don't even see those with Justin Fields now.
Yeah, his high-end plays are all either second reaction outside the pocket, oh, look at that arm talent, or him as a runner, which is not something that you can build a consistent offense around. They're great. It's a great addition. It's great to have. Those plays can be the difference in games. And obviously in the 49ers game was the difference in some of those games. But it's not going to show up week on week and drive you down the football field, which is what I'm worried about.
Walt says you can't blame Fields. No receivers, no nothing around him. And I do agree it's tough to get better. It's tough to succeed in those circumstances. But even when it's just all on Fields, he just doesn't look confident. And maybe that is fully a product of his environment anyways. But what kind of a look is he going to get when he gets out of Chicago, if he gets out of Chicago? When's that going to happen? I don't know. So I think that's worrisome in and of itself. If it's a product of his environment, when does he get out of that environment? Yeah. How much better is it going to be in the next one? Stat Life Production said low road, Isaiah Simmons. Hasn't really been great for Isaiah Simmons so far in his career.
That's a fair take.
Somebody said Bustin Fields. That's over the line. We don't need that one. Walt also said Boogie Basham. Going back to my bringing up the Bills' defensive line, Boogie Basham, #1 in pass rush grade.
Yeah.
Only 40 pass rush reps so far this season. He's missed a little bit of time, but he also looks awesome. So those 2 edge rushers look fantastic. 2 really good picks there. for him. Okay, before we read some more from the chat, you guys are firing off some really good high road, low road players. I'll go with my last guy. I'll stick with the high road because I really wanted to highlight this player. It's Patriots cornerback Jonathan Jones. Dude, this guy's been absolutely balling. I know that the Patriots have kind of been a little bit of a roller coaster with the offense and with what Mac Jones is doing, but on the defensive side of the football, Jones is playing so well. 85.6 overall grade, which is second among corners in the league. 90.4 coverage grade, first among corners. 89.2 man coverage grade, which is second best. He's only allowed 6 catches on 9 targets for 91 yards throughout the season. Hasn't given up a touchdown yet. What I like a lot about Jones, and really the main overall point of how I've been impressed with him, is he only had 129 snaps at outside cornerback in a single season. That was the most. And he's already got that this year, 3 games in. He is already at a career high in snaps. 3 weeks in, he was primarily a slot receiver a slot cornerback, from 2017 to 2020. They stick him on the outside this year, and he feels like not only has he not missed a beat, he's better. He's playing even better than he was before. And that just shows how instinctual he is. That was the word that kept sticking out to me as I watched his tape. And I was like, man, this guy's got a good grade. I want to go watch some reps of him. He is just so instinctual with when to flip his hips, when to put his foot in the ground and really go towards a wide receiver, when to give some guys some space to bait some throws. The interception that he had against the Ravens, he was playing as an outside corner. I think it was cover 3, and he realized that his guy was just running as Seth Galina would say, an F-off route, where the guy is just a vertical route so the underneath route can get open underneath the player who's going deep. And Jones realizes that quickly, immediately breaks on what he was supposed to do, cuts in front of the pass, interception. He wasn't even supposed to be there, but it was that instinct of his to recognize that play, to be able to break off of what he was originally doing, to make the better play, if you will, that really stands out to me. This is what is a marquee trait of a good corner. Being able to make a split decision and it be the right decision. You could tell that he watches tape. His anticipation is fantastic. I've just been so impressed with what Jonathan Jones has been able to do in his first year as an outside corner.
Yeah, and the Patriots haven't, zigged with the rest of the NFL. They're still a single high team. They're not sitting in these 2 high shells that everyone else seems to be doing across the rest of the league defensively. They are still primarily man, or cover 3, man match principles. And for an outside corner at 5'10", 190 like Jonathan Jones, that's tough. Like, that's why those guys get put in the slot. And I thought he was very underrated during his time in the slot, and obviously coming back from an injury last year to playing this well early on, necessary for the Patriots. Now, is it going to save their season? Still probably not, but it was necessary because of how depleted this secondary was from a talent perspective.
Some other high road, low roads from the chat before we get out of here. Ooh, low road from Scott, Najee Harris. I can't say that I've honed in on Najee. I know that he hasn't super stood out, but that's a low road suggestion there.
He's not explosive.
Oh,
it is
no.
the problem. He can't, without a good offensive line in front of him. I'm sure he can churn 3 or 4 yards, but there's no 20-plus yard carry there waiting in the wings with Najee Harris, which is kind of, that was who he was at Alabama too, so I don't know why we should be really surprised by that.
Steelers offensive lineman Chukwuma Okorafor, though, a lot of people are. Okay, well, no, well, we're not. We're not bringing that one up. But Ahmad Garner, we got a high road for that one. Alex Highsmith, high road. Alex Highsmith's playing really well to start the season. I know he was a big breakout candidate at the beginning of the year for a lot of people, and he seems to be playing well. Certainly with T.J. Watt out right now, he's having a lot of time to shine, and I think he's doing very, very well. BP says Jawan Taylor in pass protection. Said that in parentheses, so we wanted to emphasize that. The Jaguars' right tackle. Ooh, Walt says linebacker Pete Werner. That's a good one, too. High road for Pete Werner. Pete Werner is playing really well this season.
Jeff Okudah definitely deserves a little high road.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's stopping. He looks real deal.
It makes me so happy that Jeff Okudah is really getting a shout out here. You love to see it. All right, so those are our high road, low roads. Keep firing them off in the chat. We'll keep reading them. Oh, man, somebody said Okudah, and now everybody's just like, yeah, Okudah.
He's back.
What you do. He's back. You love to see it. You want to get the trivia? Is it trivia time?
Damn.
Mike said before the show even started, he's like, I just want to get the trivia. I just want to get the trivia already because this is the fun part. This is a segment that everybody loves. It's called Are You Smarter Than a PFF Grader? We're going the set versus the chat. We did this last week, and it was a ton of fun. Essentially what we do is our producers have come up with questions. that then have 4 multiple choice answers. Mike and I will talk about ours while people in the chat, you guys vote in a poll. So we have an official chat answer and we'll have an official set answer. What do we got? 8 questions, 10 questions? How many questions do we got here?
Yeah, so I think last week we did 6 games, 2 questions apiece.
Okay.
Today we got 5 games, 2 questions apiece.
Okay,
well, 10, nice round number. Got 10 questions. And just for the chat, just a little kind of behind the scenes, like how the sausage is made type thing. I know you guys were worried about us cheating. We have like a separate Google Doc when we make these questions. They can't see it. Trev and Mike cannot see it. They do not have access to that Google Doc. So I can confirm that there is no funny business going on.
I mean, I broke into your house last night while you were sleeping to check it out, but I mean, you know, we don't have access to it, but yeah.
I just memorized all the grades this morning, actually.
Yeah, you just went on Ultimate and just memorized every single grade. We also want to shout out the chat champ yesterday, Richard Broadley. If there's ever like a tie, if there happens to be a tie in any of the voting for the chat, Richard, if you were watching, you have the tiebreaker. You were the chat champ yesterday, and as the chat champ with the crown, if there is ever a tie, you get the tiebreaker. You get the tiebreaker say. So let's do it. Let's start it off. Are you smarter than a PFF grader? Let's get to trivia. What's the first question?
All right. First question comes from Thursday Night Football, Bengals versus Dolphins.
Okay.
Jamar Chase leads the NFL with 917 receiving yards versus single coverage since entering the NFL in 2021. Who ranks second with 899?
Okay.
Justin Jefferson, Devontae Adams, Stephon Diggs, or Tyreek Hill?
Who's crazy enough to play one of these guys in single coverage? That's probably going to be the big answer to it.
I have an idea where I'll go, but I'll let the chat guess some first. Like
my immediate thought is Justin Jefferson, simply because he's a younger player and maybe there wasn't this built-in respect to where like these other guys. I'm looking at these 3 other guys and it's like, okay, if you go into the week trying to single cover Devontae or Stephon or Tyreek, I mean, you're an idiot. Like you're just going to lose most of the time unless you have one of the elite corners in the NFL. So that's where I'm leaning. Are you leaning the same way? What was your?
I was thinking Devontae Adams because for the sole fact that I know as a Packers fan, if Aaron Rodgers saw single coverage, man-to-man, man match, something like that, it was going Devontae Adams' way last year. Like there was no, let me see, let me think about the route concepts. It's like, no, it's going to Devontae. So that's where I was leaning. Tyreek Hill, just like he doesn't get single cover. That didn't happen against the Chiefs last year. So I don't think it's him. Stephon Diggs, I mean, would be up there, but I think Adams put up better numbers last year, right?
Yeah.
Than Diggs by a little. So
I would go Jefferson or Adams. If you're super compelled for Adams, we can go with Adams.
I feel like it's Adams, but I think it's one of those.
Okay. I think we're gonna go with Devontae Adams here. Do we have enough votes in the chat?
We do. Chat's saying Stephon Diggs. You guys are gonna go. Well, is it Adams or Jefferson?
We'll go Adams. We'll go Adams on this.
All right. You guys are going Devontae Adams.
Yep.
Chat's going Stephon Diggs.
Yep.
1-0 you guys. It's Devontae Adams.
Yeah, there we go. That was good. That was good logic. That was good reasoning. I love it. Yeah, I just when you look at that list, it's crazy to think that he would even have that many single coverage reps. But you said
that's how it was. Like last year, if you didn't double Devontae, you knew the ball was going to go there. It's just that's where Aaron Rodgers was doing last year. That's why I worried about this offense this year.
Yeah, no, that's a very good point. All right, what's the next question? Let's go. The set's up 1-0. What do we got?
Yep. So sticking with the same game, Bengals Dolphins. We're going the other wide receiver, the other big wide receiver in this game. Tyreek Hill leads the NFL with 179 receiving yards on deep throws this season. Who ranks second with 158? Is it Chris Olave, Jalen Waddle, A.J. Brown, or Stephon Diggs?
We got Diggs in here just to tempt the chat again. I am tempted to say Olave. Because Olave's average depth of target is super deep this year. They've given him 13 targets in each of the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
He didn't have a ton in week 1, but I think even the targets that he had in week 1, one of them was a deep shot.
I think he has 4 deep catches, I want to say. And he leads the league in deep targets. The only one I'm trying to think Jalen Waddle's. deep yards on the year, because he'd be up there. He had the big play last week. But I think one of his big plays was not a deep catch. Like the stick nod against the Ravens, where he I think that was only like 16, 17 yards down the field. So and that ended up going for like 60. So I don't think, take that one out, I don't think I would go Olave. Yeah, I'll agree with you. I think Olave.
I think it is. I think it's Olave. Jalen does too much after the catch. AJ's honestly the one that tempts me here, though.
You think so? I just don't think he's been deep threat, right? Like 20 plus yards. Like he's killed the intermediate range. I don't know. All
right, let's go Olave. Let's do Olave. We're, final answer. We're going Chris Olave here.
Okay, you guys are going Chris Olave.
Yes.
Chat's going Jalen Waddle.
Ooh.
And Chat's got some work to do because it's Chris Olave. You guys are up 2-0.
Come on, y'all. You gotta catch up. Let's go. How much did what was the voting on that one? I gotta see.
It was 45%.
33%. We're going with Olave. Man, Stat Life Production was trying to tell the chat that it was not Stephon Diggs on the one before, and yeah, now I'm scrolling up and I see him saying that it was Olave. Think about it. And I think he was
he's frustrated.
I know. Stat Life's like, it's not Waddle. We were torn in the chat with people typing it out. They were saying it was Waddle. A couple people guessed Olave. It really was down to the wire there. Okay. All right.
What we got next?
DT Dynasty says collusion, PFF gate. Y'all can vote.
Four.
There is no collusion.
There's no collusion.
Zero collusion.
4.
Maybe 1% collusion, just because we have PFF Ultimate. But
you guys got 4 games to make it back up.
All right, let's do it. What's the next game?
They can't get Ultimate, but they can always subscribe.
Yeah. Oh, they can. They can subscribe to it.
it.
And right now, folks, you can get 25% off. That was beautiful, Quinn. That was like the LeBron James, Dwayne Wade alley-oop. You can get 25% off a PFF Plus subscription to see all of the grades. If you use promo code football, that's all you got to do. Go to pff.com, sign up, type in your info, say the word football, 25% off. It's right there. What's the next game? What do we got?
Ravens, Bills.
All right.
Lamar Jackson is tied for first in the NFL with 7 red zone passing touchdowns. Who is he tied with? Josh Allen, Tua,
red zone
Carson Wentz, or Patrick Mahomes?
Red zone passing touchdowns. It's not Wentz. Well, I mean, I didn't even mean to. Didn't even mean to be that harsh about it. But I was saying I don't think it's Wentz because his touchdowns were his big time throws, right? They were deep.
Yeah.
Oh,
So Tua's got 10 through 3 weeks, but I think at least a handful have been outside the red zone.
I actually think it's Mahomes.
Yeah, that's
what I was. And the reason why is because think of that first
game was all.
It was all red zone work.
And we had 5.
He had 5 touchdowns.
And then since then, he only had 1 this past week, though. 1 the week prior. 2 the week prior. Yeah, I like Mahomes, though.
I go to that first game. That's what I'm going to. I'm going to the first game. He had so many passing touchdowns. He had 5, and a lot of their work, I'm remembering it, a lot of that work was coming within the 20-yard line. Shoot, within a 10 for a couple of them.
I'm trying to think back. Who did Miami play week 1? The Patriots, okay. I'm trying to think of the touchdowns in that game.
I don't remember a lot of red zone scores.
Yeah. Because I know we had the two big plays Tyreek that were touchdowns.
I think it's Pat.
Or not, so.
I think it's Pat. The producers just said in the chat, hint, it's not. They said, hint, it's not Carson Wentz. So I eliminated that one pretty quick. I would go Mahomes. I think it's Mahomes.
So,
all right, final answer,
Patrick Mahomes, final answer.
Yep.
Chat's going with D, Patrick Mahomes, final answer.
Okay.
And it is Patrick Mahomes.
There it is.
Yeah. So 3-1. You guys are up 3-1. You guys still got a 2-point lead.
There we go. Bonkers is screaming that it's Tua. Bonkers, it wasn't. That answer is bonkers. Michael was also saying Tua. Yeah, Sam pointed it out correctly. Tua's got some deep throws. Tua's got a lot of touchdowns this year, but a lot of them are deep. You got to think about that first Mahomes game. Everything was happening within the red zone. All right, what's the next one?
All right, same game.
Okay.
Questions centering around Stephon Diggs. I guess every one of these questions is around Stephon Diggs.
Yeah, okay.
Only 2 players have caught 7+ passes in every game this season. Stephon Diggs and who else? Cortland Sutton, Tyler Lockett, Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Oh, I think this one's
or Curtis Samuel.
I think this one's very easy. I think this one's extremely obvious.
Yeah. C.
It's C. It's got to be C. Cortland Sutton had a really quiet first game. That would be the only one that I'd be tempted by.
Yeah.
And he had a really quiet first game. I
honestly couldn't tell you shit about Tyler Lockett this year.
I have no much.
I just assumed they barely passed, though. Like, the first 2 weeks, what's his face? Gino only had like 16 and 18 completions. So it'd be hard pressed for me to see half of those going to Lockett both weeks, but maybe. I don't know. But Amon-Ra St. Brown, I know he had the ankle, but he came back this past week. And they just pumped him targets regardless. And he was like right on it. I'm trying to think. League lead, I think Kupp still's got the lead, like 28 catches, right? But he's not too far behind. 8 per game would be 24. So he's got to be in the mix there.
I have to think it's St. Brown.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's either St. Brown or Tyler Lockett, which if it's Tyler Lockett, I wouldn't really have any confidence to say that. So, buying the chat a little bit more time here. I think our answer is going to be C, just because I wouldn't have any confidence. I don't think it's Cortland Sutton, because like I said, that first week was really slow for him. I know, because I'm a Cortland Sutton fantasy owner.
All right, we'll go with C, because the chat is also saying C, and it's pretty overwhelmingly.
Okay.
That's what they're going with. So you guys are both going with Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Yes.
You guys are both wrong.
What?
It's Curtis Samuel.
No freaking way.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't know.
What?
Curtis Samuel. I had no clue, truthfully. I mean, watching the end of those Commanders games.
I'm looking this up. I'm looking this up. Where are we here with the targets for him?
Each game. What is his?
Only reason I knew that is because I have him on a fantasy team.
Yeah, screw you.
Which everybody loves hearing about.
Screw you. 11 targets, 8 catches. 9 targets, 7 catches. 10 targets, 7 catches.
Hey, there you go.
Good
I guess
Lord.
Chatsy and Amon-Ra had 6 last week.
Oh, he only had 6? Damn. All right. Hey, whoever
got it wrong too, though.
Whoever thought of that one back there, good on you.
That was good.
Good on you, because we were stumped on that one. Okay, so it's still 3-1, right? 3-1?
Still 3-1, yep.
Okay. All right, let's keep it rolling.
We're on our third game. Potential game of the week.
Ooh.
Jags and Eagles.
Oh, hell yeah, baby.
That's
Love
gonna
it.
be a good
Let's
one.
go. Let's go.
James Robinson is tied for the most rushes of 20-plus yards this season with 4.
Yep.
Which other player has 4? Is it Lamar Jackson, Nick Chubb, Jonathan Taylor?
You threw Lamar in there.
Yeah.
Come on. 2 of them stand out immediately to me.
Okay.
Lamar and DeAndre.
Okay. Oh, that's weird.
Because
DeAndre had like big runs. 4 though. 4 big. The one that I was thinking of was Chubb, right? Because 20 is like a sweet spot. He just does that without even batting an eye.
Maybe. I think the answer's Lamar.
Okay.
Just because
when he runs, it's always long.
Total.
Yeah,
right. Yeah. Rushing totals. I don't think it's Taylor. Man, this is a good one too.
I think Lamar's runs. The massive one against the Dolphins.
I'm leaning Lamar here. DeAndre, honestly, I think that's a sneaky one. I don't know if that's the answer, but I think that DeAndre's got. If this was 3, I'd be really confident.
Yeah, he had what, 2 week one.
Yes.
And but then he got hurt this past week, right?
Yeah, but he had another. He had another. I think big one while he was hurt, right? Well, not like while he wasn't playing, but like he went into the game hurt, and then he broke off a huge run, and I was like, damn, okay, I guess the ankle's feeling all right. I think Swift's got at least 3, but it might only be 3.
Should we do Swift? I like going Swift.
Okay, you want to go Swift?
Should we? I like Swift.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I feel like y'all are trying to trick us a little bit.
Because Lamar had like that super long one, right? It was like 76 yards, and then he went for over 100 back-to-back weeks, but like that's the most of his total. So he probably didn't have another one in that game against the Dolphins. I'm trying to think of, and then. I'm trying to think of like another long scramble for him. I don't think I think DeAndre Swift.
We'll go Swift.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. Let's go Swift here.
You guys are going DeAndre Swift.
We are. We're going DeAndre Swift.
Chat's going Nick Chubb.
Okay.
It's Nick Chubb.
No, damn, we overthought it.
2-goal lead, the most dangerous lead in hockey.
Damn it.
It's 3-2.
That was like my initial thought. I'm like, Chubb just like...
We overthought it.
Because he hasn't broken off any like super long ones, but just every game it's like, there's 25. There's like 30. There's like 35. And he just gets second level, breaks one tackle, and all of a sudden it's 20.
Alex correctly pointed out that Stat Life is 5 for 5 today.
Yeah.
Stat Life's in the chat. He's 5 for 5. Stat Life's not only going for the dub in trivia, but he's going for the chat champ. He's going for the chat champ of the day.
Yeah. Stat Life's playing so well that you know how it's like rare to see an MVP from a losing team.
Yeah.
Stat Life might. If you guys pull it out,
if we pull it out, yeah,
Stat Life from a losing team.
He's gonna catch the snitch.
Okay. All right. Randall said, "Hey, Lamar is thick this year," because I just scrolled up and I saw that the production dude said that the hint was thick. So Lamar did get a little bit thicker. It was a little. All right. What do we got next? What's the next one?
All right. Same game. The Eagles have been the third best coverage defense by PFF grade. They have 79.6 team coverage grade. Which of these teams is graded higher? Broncos, Saints, 49ers, or the Bengals?
Initially, I want to say Niners.
So they're
just not giving it. They're just not giving up a lot of points.
Yeah, Broncos are.
Saints wouldn't be a bad guess because Tampa didn't do shit against them in game 2, and even though they lost, what was the script of that Falcons game? Because even though they lost last week to the Panthers, I mean Baker didn't really do anything. I think McCaffrey had over 100 yards. And, that was it. And that only counts as one play, obviously, in the grades.
That's not really gonna torpedo.
I don't hate the Saints.
For some reason, I want to say.
You want to say Broncos?
No one's done it. Maybe not. No, I'm thinking about it.
This is also a good one. I'm not going with the Bengals.
Really have no. Yeah,
I'm not going with the Bengals. I'm eliminating the Bengals from contention. 49ers is my initial guess, but I think after really thinking about it, I'd lean Saints over 49ers. I know Surtain's playing well, but.
Dude, I have no handle. It's all you. You go for this one.
I think
go with your gut.
My heart is telling me Saints, or my head is telling me the New Orleans Saints, but my gut, my heart, whatever it is, makes me feel like these production guys are trying to pull a fast one on us, and because everybody's making fun of the Broncos, the answer is going to be the Broncos. But I'll go Saints. I'm gonna go Saints here. I'm logicking myself into the Saints unless I'm totally forgetting Desmond Ridder or Marcus Mariota lighting the world on fire in the passing game in week 1. I didn't think that was totally the identity there. Let's go New Orleans. Let's go New Orleans.
Okay, you guys are going Saints, final answer.
Yep.
Chat's going Broncos, final answer.
Okay.
The final answer is 49ers.
It was?
Yep.
Go with your gut.
I hate
So we did blow that fastball by you.
Why am I this way?
Go with your gut.
They haven't given up
3-2
shit.
still.
They haven't given up shit to anybody.
Yeah.
What was the final results? Broncos got 38% of those votes for the chat. 33 were the 49ers. Saints only 14. God, I suck.
It's all right.
I suck,
hey,
Trevor. All right, what's the next one? Come on. Let's get
All
right to
right,
it.
second to last game.
Yep.
Chiefs-Bucks. As a team,
Okay.
the Chiefs have the second highest impact run block rate,
Okay.
which is positively graded run block snaps.
Okay.
Which team is first? Vikings, Rams, Titans, or Bears?
Well, if it's the Bears, I'll walk off the set. I'll walk off the set and Mike can do the rest of trivia if it's the Bears. I would be shocked if it was the Rams.
Yeah, like that's I like Vikings, right?
I think I like Vikings the most. I have the
because they trend run block. It's like Ed Ingram.
I have the
Garrett
most
Bradbury.
least amount of confidence in the Vikings. Yeah. I don't know if that made sense. Ed Ingram is grading very well, especially as a run blocker, so I know that that's there.
The tackles have been good. Darisaw is animals yourself. I like Vikings.
Darisaul's good. What'd you think of Darisaul coming out?
Oh, loved him.
I liked him a lot too.
I had him had Elijah Vera Tucker when the Jets traded up. I had Darisaul higher.
I did too. I think we're going with the Vikings here. They're just.
Yeah. I just don't love the competition of Titans, Bears, Rams are not fierce lines.
No, it's definitely not the Bears. I think the Rams were way too poor at it in week 1 at the very least to be that high up in a positively graded run block snap. Question. Titans is the only other one that's just because their identity is running the ball. So I'll go Vikings though. I don't like the Titans more than I like the Vikings.
Let's go Vikings.
I'm gonna go Vikings here. Maybe, I don't know. Give it a chat.
All right.
10 more seconds.
You guys are going Vikings, final answer?
10 more seconds, 50 more seconds, something like that.
Just go. Figure it out.
Yeah, Vikings is our final answer.
All right.
There.
You're going Vikings. Chat's going Bears.
Bears?
Oh.
No.
They're going Bears.
No.
And they're wrong.
Okay.
Vikings.
Okay.
The Vikings.
4-2 you guys.
Chat, what are you doing?
Bears.
50% on the Bears.
I think they're thinking that just because the Bears are only winning games by running.
Yeah. By running.
But
they're winning, but they're stinkers.
It's rate, so it's not
right.
Just because you run a lot doesn't mean it's not total.
Yeah.
Rate.
Okay. So what's the score? What is it? What do we have? 4-2.
4-2. Yep.
Okay. All right. What's the? I would have walked off the set. I would have walked off the set if it was the Bears. There was no way it was going to be the Bears. But I think some people in the Bonkers just come on, you can't be it can't be the Bears. We've got Alex says we get 2 seconds to vote. We're trying to buy plenty of time. I don't know. All right, we'll try and buy even more time for you guys. We don't want to make it so you guys don't have too much time to vote. We want you to have as many time as possible. So okay, you don't have to vote in 2 seconds. I think you guys can obviously wait until you hear. Maybe we should have a 10-second warning, 15-second warning, because I know they're on a little bit of a delay.
Yeah.
So maybe we could do that. Maybe I'll say all right, we're going to give you guys 15 seconds. This is ours. So you have 15 seconds to vote at the end if you haven't voted yet. So that's the way that we'll do it. All right, what's the next question?
All right, same game. Which interior defender has a better pass rush grade than Chiefs interior defender Chris Jones so far this season? He has an 86.8 overall grade. Is it Jeffrey Simmons, Quinnen Williams, DJ Reader, or Chauncey Golston?
I think it's Simmons. I think.
So this one.
Does yelling at your coach on the sideline go into this? Because Quinnen Williams would be a lot higher if it does.
So this one. The elephant in the room is D, obviously, right?
You look like you're about to get philosophical with it.
Well, it's you wouldn't put Chauncey Golston in there unless it was him.
What's going on in Utah?
Yeah. But I do think this could be a case where he may not have enough snaps to where the grade variance is too high that we might have to throw it out for this. But I think I'm gonna guess him.
You would guess Chauncey Golston?
Yeah, just how the question's set up, right?
Like how Curtis Samuel was the other one.
Well, what was the one last week where it was we haven't had all the above yet or none of the above?
Oh, yeah.
Well, why'd you throw it in just for this one, right?
Yeah.
So I think why would you throw in a guy who really is
So you're
one
playing
of these
the
things
game.
is not like the other, sort of.
So you're playing you're playing the game within the game. You're gaming up the game.
I haven't watched Snap Chauncey Golston this year. I haven't gone and watched him. I'm just saying.
I feel like you're not allowed to vote for him if you haven't watched his Snap.
I've watched Cowboys games, but I don't think he's played that much to where. Maybe he has. Maybe I'm just dead wrong.
I know
but one of those things is not like the other.
I know Simmons is grading very well this year. Simmons is playing very well because he's an incredible football player. The thing is that I know Simmons is high up there, but I think
you know for sure that his pass rush is better.
Right. That's
DJ Reader's been high up there too, playing great. But it's do I know? I don't know for sure.
All right, 15 seconds, chat. You got 15 seconds for this one. Are we gonna?
I think we go Chauncey Golston.
Okay, it's a Hail Mary. This is a with your gut.
Yeah, it's a one of these things. It's not like the other that I'm reading it. That I don't know any of the other ones for sure. So I'm going to play the trivia game and say, hey,
okay,
why would they include a guy?
Okay,
maybe he is grading well overall.
Okay.
Maybe that's why. But
All right, let's do it. Let's go Chauncey Golston. Let's do it.
You guys are going Chauncey Golston.
Final answer.
Chat's going Quinn Williams in a close one. And they got it.
It's Quinnen.
That's how we're gone anyway.
I made fun of him at the beginning instead of yelling at your coach.
4-3. They're
Man.
coming back 4-3 with 2 questions left.
Uh-oh. The set's got 4. The chat's got 3. We got 2 questions left here. Fire away. Let's do it. Let's get it going. Chat, you got us on that one. You totally got us on that
so
one.
I misspoke at the beginning. It's 4 games. These last 2 are actually just miscellaneous. So we can go anywhere with these.
Okay.
This cornerback has the lowest passer rating against, 15.3, in the NFL. Who is it? Darius Slay, Jalen Johnson, J.C. Horn, or Chidobe Awuzie?
They can't see, but this is what I'm thinking
here. That was Mike gave me a little baseball hand sign there behind the laptop. I also think that it's either that or potentially a possibility, perhaps. That's the one.
That one. Yeah.
The two that we're debating between Darius Slay and J.C. Horn. Those are the two that we were debating between. I just had J.C. Horn as a dog of the week that we did yesterday, and I know he's playing really well. I know he's highly graded. How much does it passer rating if you throw an interception at the guy? Like, is that a straight 0? Because I mean, Darius
might as well be. Yeah. I mean, like a passer rating that's up on a 1 attempt pick is a 0.
Darius's game against the Vikings alone could make him the answer here.
But Horn's given up 35 yards and has a pick. And he's like below 50 completion percentage.
No, I know. His
year's
been unbelievable.
That's going to be.
It's one of those two guys. It's Darius or JC. I just don't. I'm wondering how much that Vikings game really went into it. Because if it did, then Darius might edge him out. But I think that over the course of 3 games, JC's probably got him beat with like a lower floor.
Yeah. You just Slay. I have no clue.
Okay. All right. It sounds like we're going C. So we'll give the chat 15 more seconds. I know it's a minute long poll. We'll go at least 15 more seconds here before we shut it down, but I think our official answer is going to be J.C. Horn. He's been playing unreal. And I said this yesterday when we were going through Dog of the Week. He is a player who has that mentality to be able to be a shutdown corner in this league for a long, long time, man. As long as he's out there and healthy, it doesn't matter who he is lined up against. He doesn't give a shit. He's going to give you his absolute best, and his absolute best, as we have seen so many times already in a young career, is
the chat hint was diabolical, by the way.
Oh, was it?
They're on a team with a bad QB. Come on, PFF.
Yeah. So
could have been Chidobe Awuzie.
No, come on, that was bad. All right, fine. Our final answer was JC.
There's 2 up there.
Our final answer is JC.
You guys are going C, J.C. Horn.
Yep.
Chat's going C, J.C. Horn. It's C, J.C. Horn. It's just football dog of the week.
There it is, baby. J.C. Horn, dog. Absolute dog. Yeah. Love it. Love the call back here. So it is. We both got that right? Chat got it right. We got it right.
So last one
5-4.
Last one comes down to this 5-4. Can we hold it?
Yeah.
Can we hold it?
Not worried.
Let's go. Let's read it off. Last question. For Are You Smarter Than a PFF Grader?
Which QB leads the NFL in deep completions through week 3? Is it A, Mac Jones, B, Tua Tagovailoa, C, Joe Burrow, or D, Jameis Winston?
It's got to be Tua, right? It's got to be Tua. Chat say you can't look at the hints. I haven't looked at the hints. I haven't looked at the hints yet this show. I don't look at them until the questions are.
I feel.
Go ahead. This is
like
safe
Beardy.
space.
Like Beardy. It's going to be Beardy.
I don't think it's going to be Winston.
I don't think so.
No. I really don't think it's going to be Winston. He has not.
Because it's all Olave, right? I don't think he's gone deep to anyone.
Oh, yeah.
I guess, no, he had one to Landry.
Oh, man.
Falcons
it might be Jameis.
I don't want to think of this, though. So.
I think it's Tua.
Tua has. Do we count the touchdown to Gesicki as a deep completion? I think it was, right?
The one up the middle?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it would be. I think it was a little longer than 20 yards.
It was like a 3rd and 16 or 3rd and 12, and then he was kind of at the
back in the end zone.
That one, a couple to Tyreek, a couple of Waddle, maybe a little bit more than a couple to Tyreek.
10 seconds. Y'all got 10 seconds.
We think Tua?
I think we should guess Tua.
Yeah.
I think we should guess Tua.
Okay. Lock it in.
Okay.
I'd feel dumb if I guessed anyone else.
No, you lock it in. Lock it in.
I'd feel worse if I guessed Jameis and it was Tua than if I guessed Tua and it was Jameis.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay, let's do it. Final answer here on the set. We're going Tua Tagovailoa. What's the chat going with?
You guys are going to chat's going with Mac.
Oh boy.
And it is indeed McCorkle Jones.
No!
So they tied it up. And you know what? Stats guy for life.
Mike.
Crushed it.
Am I saying that right?
No.
Stats Life Productions in the chat. He got every question right.
Yeah.
So I think we got to give it to the chat.
5-5.
5-5. Can't give it to the chat. That's a tie.
It's a tie. That's a tie. But incredible comeback.
Yeah.
Incredible comeback from the chat there. We were up 3-1 and we blew it, dude. We blew it.
Well, it's a tie. We blew the win. We did not lose. I'm not going to admit defeat. It's a tie.
Fantastic job, chat. That was wonderful. That was fantastic. This is all organic stuff. That was beautiful.
Obviously the chat.
Y'all absolutely nailed it down the stretch. You locked in when you needed to, and you got the dub. Quinn, if you're trying to talk to me, I can't hear you because I think my battery's died in my IFB. So if you want to say anything, you can say it to
me.
You can say it to Mike, and then he can just relay it to
Stats Life's
me.
the dub. It's the chat MVP.
Stats Life got every single question.
Who was the chat MVP?
The Stats Life Productions. He crushed it.
Hell yeah, baby. Chat champ, Stat Life Productions. Well done.
Except for
you get the crown.
He did miss positively graded run blocks one, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, come on, though.
I'm just
missing
one.
Missing one's better than us.
I'm just saying.
Better than us. An individual performance. Stat Life Productions, you are the chat champ of the day. You get the crown. If you're in the show tomorrow, which hopefully you are in the show tomorrow, that means that you are the tiebreaker and you're the one that we're kind of going to go to and lean on for the chat when we talk about representation of the different segments that we were going to do. All right, so on the year, we've got a title. We won week 1, and then it was a dead tie in week 2. Chat very strong, got a lot of momentum going into trivia next week. That was a lot of fun. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. We enjoy it. We enjoyed it a ton. Stat Life is saying that he got it. He said his original answer was not the Vikings, but then he said he changed it before. So he said he went 10 for 10. He said he went perfect.
I'm gonna look that one up.
Might have to look back at the tape, but either way, whether it's 9 or whether it's 10, Stat Life, you are our champ for the day. Man, that was fun. It was good stuff, Mike. I thought we did strong. We had a couple of really strong answers in there. It was another fantastic trivia.
Yeah, a little embarrassed, but yeah, we'll pull through next time.
That's all right. You know, you gotta fail to learn. You know, we'll come out strong next week. We'll give the chat our best attempt next week when we do trivia again. So maybe the chat can pick up their first official win. But we love you guys. That was a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun for us. Hopefully it was a lot of fun for you. Tomorrow we're previewing Thursday Night Football. Massive game. The vibes are going to be immaculate. It's Thursday Night Football in Cincinnati. Guess where the studio is? Cincinnati. So we're going to be feeling it from all over the city. We're going to preview Thursday Night Football. We're going to preview a lot of Week 3 as well. We're going to have a fantastic guest, and I'm just gonna tease it. I'm going to tease it, and I'm going to have to wait for you guys to see who it is tomorrow. But for Trevor Sikkema, that is Mike Renner. For everybody in the production suite, thank you guys so much for watching It's Just Football. We will see you right here tomorrow, 11 a.m. on PFF's YouTube. See you guys then.
It's not about politics, it's about football.
This is a simple game.
We're going to run the ball, and we're going to pass the ball. He's just going to play football, really.
How good of a football player are you?
Not just get it and try to spin it. That's all.
I just love the game.
It really is the best time of the year.